Good evening to everybody. Here we are for another Coin Night Live auction. This one is the 254th edition. Today is the 21st of October, 2025. You guys ready to go? I'm ready to go. I'm ready to be here. What about you? Wait a few minutes to see if anybody else comes in just because they got the live notification, and then we'll get started. Got a lot of good stuff for you this evening. Trying to get my desk a little bit cleaned off so that we can participate here together. Precipitate. Hey, Doug, there's Otis, Brad, Trip, Shinbone, Eric, and Jim. Good evening to everybody. Got a whole lineup for you tonight. A lot of decent coins, a lot of really nice coins for your album. The one that's up there is your first one. Going to get started on that one. I've got a 1910 San Francisco Mint here. 1910 San Francisco. This one is a... Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Pop. We need to go back to basics. Hang on just a second. It's another one of those microphone things. Every single scene that I have goes back to default and won't work properly. Make sure everything is working correctly now that I can go between different ones. Okay. Now it's working, except that my camera still isn't working. So let's see. There we go. Sometimes you just have to restart your phone and it will work properly. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. We have our first item tonight is going to be this pack of error coins. Got some minor error coins here for you. There's 7 different ones in the pack. And we're starting this pack, what is it, $10? Is that correct? Let me get up there and find out. Squirreled my way down. There we go. 7 error cents for $10. We got a 1928 here with a lamination on the obverse. Pretty nice one. There is a, what is that, 1960D with a lamination. We've got a 1960D, another one with a lamination. This one's got a little bit of toning on it. Dan gives me a $10 start on this one. Then we've got a 1973 Philly that says has no VDB. And a 1920 says the whole reverse is laminated. Let's see this. Okay. 1914 with a lamination on the obverse. We've got a, what is this? Oh, this one's a 1949D. Looks like it has a lamb peel out in front of the face. Pretty good one too. I don't have really good lighting over here. There, maybe that'll work a little better. There we go. There we go. But that's what that is. It's got 7 error coins in it. Start at $10. Got Carl at $11 now. Looking for a $12 bid. Anybody with a $12 bid? Got $11 looking for a 12. There's Otis with 12 now. 13. $13 now. How about a bid of 13? Anybody bid of 13? $13 now. Anybody bid of 13? Got $12. 12 going once now. Looking for a bid of 13. $13. How about a bid of 13? 13. Anybody bid of 13? Got 12 twice now, looking for a bid of 13. $13. How about a bid of 13? There's 13 now, 14. $14. How about a bid of 14? 14. Anybody bid of 14? $14. I need a bid of 14. How about a bid of 14? 14. I got 13, looking for a bid of 14. Going once now. Anybody bid of 14? How about a bid of 14? $14. 14 now. Anybody bid of 14? How about a bid of 14? I got 13 twice now, looking for a bid of 14. $14. Anybody bid of 14? How about a bid of 14? 14. Dirty water. Ha, ha. Can't miss him. All right, we're sold. Sold to Carl for $13. I appreciate it. Thank you. Next up is going to be this packet here. It's got 4 clipped cents in it. Clips, 4 of them. $8 start. $8 to get me started on this one. And we'll look at these real quick because there's only 4 of them. This one is a 1955 with a clip. This one is a 1926 with a clip. It's got a small clip up there at the top. I think that is. Yeah. Small curved clip up at the top above the head. Got Dan with an $8 bid. We've got a 1967 here with a nice bite taken out of the bottom part of the obverse. And I've got a 1960 large date with another little clip there taken out of the bottom of the obverse. We are looking for an $8.50 bid. How about a bid of 8.5? Anybody bid of 8.5? There's Brad Anderson. Brad Anderson, $10. If I can ever quit tripping over my own lip. Brad Anderson at $10, 10 now, looking for a bid of $11. $11, how about $11 bid? There's Dan at 11, now 12, now 12. Anybody bid a $12 bid? How about a bid of $12 bid? Anybody bid a 12? How about a bid of 12, 12 now? Anybody bid a 12? I can get faster. Got $11, looking for 12. $11 going once, looking for 12. There's 12, now 13. Now 13, $13. How about a bid of 13? $13 now, anybody bid a 13? There's 13, now 14. How about 14? 14, anybody bid of 14? How about 14 now? Anybody bid of 14? Got 13, looking for 14. 13 going once, looking for a $14 bid. 14 now, anybody bid of 14? How about a bid of 14? Got 13 going twice now, looking for a bid of 14. $14 now. How about a bid of 14? $14 now, anybody bid of 14? And sold to Dan, 13. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you on that very much. I am not going to rummage through this, but these are all early Lincoln cents. They go up to the early 30s, or are they all early 30s? I can't remember. Have to look at them real quick. Okay, these are all from the 30s. There's a 39 Philly, a 35, a 39. There's a 37, another 37, 35, 39, 34, 36S. So there's a bunch of them here. And what's Dirty Water bidding a $17, $27 on? 27? 27 for what, sir? 27 watching, only 9 likes. I get it. Looking for an $18 bid on the $8 bid. I'm sorry, $8 bid. $8 bid to get you started on this. 19 early Lincoln cents from the 30s for $8. $8. You're not talking about 20 cents a piece here. Trip gives me a $10 bid. 10 now. Looking for an $11 bid. How about 11? Anybody bid 11? How about 11? $11 bid. Anybody bid $11? $11. Anybody $11? $10 going once now. Looking for $11. $11 bid. How about $11 bid? Anybody bid $11? $11 bid. How about a bid 11? Got $10 twice now. There's 12. $12 now. Looking for 13. 13. How about a bid of 13? $13. Anybody bid a 13? How about a bid of 13? Got 12. Looking for 13. How about a bid of 13? $13. How about a bid of 13? 13. Anybody bid a 13? Got 12 going once. Looking for a bid of 13. $13. Anybody bid a 13? How about a bid of 13? $13 now. Anybody bid a 13? Got Trip at 13 now. 14. 14. 14. How about a bid of 14? $14 now. Anybody bid a 14? Got 13. Looking for a bid of 14. $14 now. Anybody bid a 14? 14. Got 13 once now. Looking for a bid of 14. $14. How about a bid of 14? Anybody bid a 14? Got a 13 twice now. Looking for a bid of 14. $14. How about a bid of 14? Anybody bid a 14? 14. Sold to Trip for 13. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. Now we move on over to the dyno, and we take our first coin back out again. 1910S. 1910S Lincoln cent and very fine. We're going to start this off at $15. 15 only. Anybody bid at 15? There's Shinbone at 15. Matthew, hello, Matthew tries at 15. Needs a bid of 16. $16 now. Anybody bid at 16? 16, looking for a bid of 16. How about a bid of 16? Robin's got at 15. There's 16 Trip. Now 17 Farm Dog. 17 Farm Dog now looking for a bid of 18. There's Trip at 18. Now 19. $19 now. There's Matt at 20. Matthew, $20. $20 bid now looking for a bid of 21. 21 now. Anybody bid of 21? How about a bid of 21? 21. Anybody bid of 21? $21 bid now. Anybody bid of 21? How about a bid of 21? $21 now. Anybody bid of 21? How about a bid of 21? Got Matthew at 20, looking for 21. There's Shinbone at 21. 21 now 22. $22. How about a bid of 22? 22. There's Matthew at 22. Now 23. 23. Looking for a bid of 23. $23. How about a bid of 23? 23. How about a bid of 23? Got 22. Looking for a bid of 23. How about a bid of 23? 23. Now a bid of 23. Got 22 going once. Looking for a bid of 23. 22 twice now. Looking for a bid of 23. $23. How about a bid of 23? There's 23 now. 24. There's 24. Matthew back at 24. Now looking for a bid of 25. 25. How about a bid of 25? 25. A bid of 25. 25. 24. Looking for a bid of 25. A bid of 25. 25. 24 going once. Looking for a bid of 25. 25. A bid of 25. How about a bid of 25? 25. 24 now. 24 going twice. Looking for a bid of 25. There's 25 now. 26. Looking for 26. There's 26 now. 27. 27. 27 the next bid. Anybody bid of 27? How about a bid of 27? Got 26. Looking for 27. How about a bid of 27? Anybody bid of 27? How about a bid of 27? Got 26. Looking for 27 going once. 26. Looking for a bid of 27 going twice. All in all done now. Sold at 26 to Matthew. Thank you very much, sir. Next up. Sorry, Trip. Didn't get in there fast enough. Next up is 1911 Lincoln cent here. 1911 in a choice unk. Here's the reverse side. And I've got Shinbone start me off at 34. 34, looking for a bit of 35. 35 now. How about a bit of 35? 35, itty bit of 35. 34, looking for a bit of 35. $35. How about a bit of 30? Oh, I'm sorry, 36. I would need 36 now, wouldn't I? 34, looking for a bit of 36. There's Tim at 36 now. 38. $38. How about a bit of 38? $38 now. A bit of 38. How about a bit of 38? $38 now. A bit of 38. How about a bit of 38? $38. There's Shinbone at 38 now. At 40. $40 bid. A bit of $40 bid. How about a bit of $40 bid? 49. A bit of 40. Hello, Joseph. There's Tim back at $40. 40 now. 42. $42 now. A bit of 42. 42. How about a bit of 42? There's Shinbone at 42 now. 44. $44 now. A bit of 44. 44. A bit of 44. How about a bit of 44? 44, looking for a bit of 44. $44 now. A bit of 44. How about a bit of 44? There's 48. 48 now. 50. 48 now. 50. Need a $50 bid now. A bit of $50 bid. How about a bit of 50? $50 bid now. A bit of $50 bid. Hello, 50 now. A bit of 50. Got 48 going once, looking for a bit of 50. $50. How about a bit of $50? $50 bid now. A bit of $50. 48 going twice, looking for a bit of $50. $50 bid now. A bit of $50. How about a bit of $50? There's 50. Shinbone at $50 now, looking for 55. 55, the next bid. Anybody bid of 55? 55. How about a bit of 55? Shinbone at 50, looking for a bit of 55. 55, a bit of 55. How about a bit of 55? 50 going once, looking for a bit of 55. 55 now. How about a bit of 55? A bit of 55. 50 now going twice now, looking for a bit of 55. There's 55 now. 60. I got 55 now. $60. $60 bid. How about a $60 bid? A bit of $60. 69. A bit of 60. 55, looking for a bit of 60. $60 bid now. A bit of $60. $60 bid. A bit of $60. 55 going once, looking for a bit of $60. 69. A bit of 60. And 55 twice now, looking for a bit of $60. $60 bid now. A bit of $60. How about a $60 bid? And sold Tim Weber. 55. Thank you very much. Next up, we've got this really pretty 1911D. Really pretty 1911D Lincoln Cent here. This one's extremely fine. Going to go with a $30 start. There's Shinbone at 30, now 32. 32, a bit of 32. How about a bit of 32? $32 now. A bit of $32. 32, a bit of 32. How about a bit of 32? Nice EF coin. EF or XF, if you shall call it that. There's 35, now 37. Looking for a bit of 37. 37 now. How about a bit of 37? 37, a bit of 37. That's a fleck of something on the coin there. A piece of fuzz. I think that is too. Yep. A tiny bit of a fingerprint on this one, but it is an extremely fine coin. It's not uncirculated. There's Shinbone back at 38. 38 now, 40. How about a bit of 40? $40. How about a bit of $40? A bit of $40. How about a bit of $40? 40, a bit of 40. How about a bit of 40? 40 now, a bit of 40. How about a bit of 40? 38, looking for a bit of 40 going once now. How about a bit of 40? A bit of 40. A bit of 40. Looking for a bit of 40. 38 now going twice. Looking for a bit of 40. How about a bit of $40? $40 now. A bit of $40. How about a bit of $40? Got a $45 coin here going for $38. Anybody bid of 40? Sold. $38. Shinbone. Thank you very much, sir. Next up will be this one. It's a 1913. A little tiny bit rough. It's a very fine coin. Very fine coin for a 12. Let's see. What is this? $9. $9 start. $9 start on this 1913. Give me a 13. $9. $9 bid. Anybody bid a $9? $9 bid. How about a $9 bid? There's Matthew at $9. 9 now 10. $10 bid, now a bit of $10, habit of $10 bid, $10 bid, now a bit of $10, habit of $10, 10. Looking for 10, now a bit of 10. Got $9 going once, looking for a $10 bid, $10 now, a bit of $10 bid. Here's 10 now, looking for an $11 bid. 11 now, anybody bid $11 bid. Looking for 11, got Trip Wit at 10. Trip back at 12, Dan tries 11, Matthew tries 11, now we need 13. Trip's back at 12, looking for 13, $13. Matthew's out, thank you very much. Got a $12 bid, looking for a bid of $13, anybody bid of 13. There's Dan at 15, 15 now, 16. $16, 16 the next bid, anybody bid of 16, how about this $16 bid, anybody bid of 16, bid of 16, how about this 16? Got 15 going once, looking for a bid of 16, how about a bid of 16? There's 16, Trip Wit at 16 now, 17. 17, how about a bit of 17, 80 bit of 17. Got 16, looking for 17, how about a bit of 17, $17. 16 now, going once, looking for a bit of 17, $17. Anybody bit of 17, how about a bit of 17? 16 twice now, looking for a bit of 17, how about a bit of 17, $17. Anybody bit of 17, there's 17 now, 18. I got 17, now 18, $18. How about an $18 bid? Anybody bid of 18, $18 bid? Anybody bid of 18? How about a bit of 18? 17, looking for 18. How about a bit of 18 going once now? Anybody bid of 17, $18. 18 now. Anybody bid of 18? How about a bit of 18, 18? 17 going twice. Now there's 18 now, looking for 19. Now looking for a bit of 19. How about a bit of 19, $19 now? A bit of 19, how about a 19, $19? Got 18, looking for 19. How about a 19, $19? Anybody bit of a 19? 18 once. Now looking for a bit of 19. How about a bit of 19, $19? Dan McCumber is out. Got 18, looking for a bit of 19. Going twice now. Anybody bit of 19? Last call now, looking for 19. How about a bit of 19? Anybody bit of 19? Sold at $18. Trip Wit, thank you very much. Next up is this 1914S Lincoln Cent. 1914S are inherently difficult to find because they're 1914. I'm going to start this off at $24. A very fine coin at 24. Anybody bid of 24? How about a bit of $24? How about a bit of $24 now? A bit of 24. How about a bit of 24? 1914S for 24. There's Dan at 25. 25 now, looking for 26. Dan and Brad had the exact same idea. Dan got in first at 25, looking for 26. Brad now at 28, looking for 29. How about a $29 bid? 29, anybody bid at 29? How about a bit of 29, 29? At 28, looking for a bit of 29, 29. Anybody out there? 29, $29. At 28, there's 30. 30 now, 32. 30 now, 32, 32. Anybody bid at 32? How about a bit of 32, 32? Anybody bid at 32? At 30, looking for a bit of 32. 32 now, a bit of 32. There's 32 now, 34. 34, 34. Anybody bid at 34? How about a bit of 34? $34. 34. Anybody bid at 34? How about a bit of 34? 34. Looking for 34. $34. Anybody bid at 34? $34 now. Anybody bid at 34? 32. Looking for 34. Going once now. Anybody bid at 34? How about a 34? 32. Looking for a bit of 34. Going twice now. Anybody bid at 34? 34. Looking for a bit of 34? 34. Last call, 32, looking for 34. And sold to Brad, $32. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Moving right along. How about a 1915? This 1915 Philadelphia is a really nice AU coin. A little bit of a dig down there at 6 o'clock on the rim. Other than that, we've got a coin that barely has any wear at all. 1915 Philadelphia. Let's start this off at $55. Who give me a $55 bid? 55, itty bitty bit of 55. There's Shinbone at 55 now, 60. 60. How about a $60 bid? 60 now, a bit of $60. How about a $60 bid? Anybody bid a $60 bid? At 55, looking for a $60 bid. 69, a bit of $60. How about a $60 bid? This would have been one of the few in this lot of coins here that I would have kept if I had not gotten a starting bid on it. I would have just kept it. No running this one again. I'd like it. At 55, looking for a $60 bid, 90, but a bit of $60. 60, how about a 60, $60 now, but a bit of $60, how about a 60? Anybody bid of 60, $60 now, how about a bit of $60? Trying to move this lamp into the right position so that it gives us good lighting. It's a little better, I suppose. What's this light doing? Okay, nothing. It must be this light thing causing all of the blueness. A lot of blueness going on. That's a little over bright there. All right, we're going to sell it for $55. Shinbone gets it at $55. Thank you very much. Oh, Brad Anderson came with a $60 bid just a second too late. Well, let's try this one. Try this one on for size. How about a 15D? 1915D, a beautiful coin here. Here's the reverse. Look at that thing. Oh, my. That's just barely brown, right? Where do we go with this one? We got a $138 coin. We're going to start at $100. $100 now. Anybody bid $100? 100 now. Anybody bid 100? 100. How about a bid 100? 100. There's Shinbone at $100 now. 110, 110, 110. How about a bid of 110, 110? Anybody 110? $110. 110. Anybody bid 110? How about a bid of 110, 110? Got 100. Looking for a bid of 110, 110. There's 110 now. 120. 120 now. Anybody bid of 120? How about a bid of 120, 120 now? Anybody bid of 120? How about a bid of 120? Got 110, looking for a bit of 120, 120 now, a bit of 120, how about a bit of 120, 120 now, a bit of 120. All right, there's Shinbone at 120. You lost a minute. You mean you lost a minute? You mean you kind of spun wheels for a minute? There's Tim back at 140, looking for 150. 150 now, a bit of 150, how about a bit of 150, 150, how about a bit of 150, a bit of 150, 150. Got a 140 bid going once now. Looking for a bit of 150, 150. How about a bit of 150, 150 now? A bit of 150. There's 150 now, 160. 160 now, a bit of 160. How about a bit of 160, 160? Anybody bit of 160, 160? I got 150. Looking for a bit of 160, 160 now. A bit of 160. How about a bit of 160, 160? 150 going once, looking for a bit of 160, 160 now, a bit of 160, there's 160 now, 170. 170 now, how about a bit of 170, 170, 170, and a bit of 170, how about a bit of 170, 170? Got 160, looking for a bit of 170, how about a bit of 170, 170, 170? I got 160 going once now, looking for a bit of 170, 170, huh? A bit of 170, a bit of 170, looking for 170, 170. I got 160 going twice now, looking for a bit of 170, a bit of 170, huh? Got 160, looking for a bit of 170, and 170. How about a bit of 170? All in all done. Now that's your final warning. Got 160, looking for 170, 170, and a bit of 170. Clock, 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 clock. That's right. Should be playing Jeopardy music. All right, we're sold Tim Weber, 160. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir. Up next. 1917 Philadelphia. Beautiful 1917 Philly cent. One starting bid, $40. 40. Anybody bid a 40? How about a bit of 40? Tuck, tick, tock, tick, tock. I got 40. Shinbone at 40 now. Looking for a bit of 40. 42. 42. A bit of 42. 42. How about that bit of 42 out there? A bit of 42. 42. Hello, Roy. That bit of 42 out there, a bit of 42, a bit of 42, how about a bit of 42, bit of 42, now a bit of 42. I got 40, looking for a bit of 42, 42, a bit of 42, 42. 40 going once, looking for 42, there's 45. 45 now, 47, $47. How about a bit of 47, 47? And a bit of 47, $47 now, a bit of 47. Next bid would be 50. 47, looking for a $47 bid now, a bit of 47. How about a 47, $47 bid now, a bit of 47. I got 45, there's 47 now, 50. 47 now, 50, $50 bid. How about a $50 bid? A bit of $50 bid, a bit of 50. Got 47, looking for 50, $50, 59, a bit of $50 bid. How about a bit of $50 bid? 47 going once, looking for $50 bid. 59, a bid of $50. I got 47, 47 now going twice, looking for a bid of $50, $50 bid, 80, bid of $50. Last and final call, 47, looking for a bid of $50, 59, a bid of $50. And sold 47 Shinbone. Thank you very much. Moving right along. Our next contender here. Pretty nice looking 1917D. A pretty 1917D. This is a nice AU plus. Doesn't really show much of any wear, but if you look at it like this, you can see little dark spots on the high points. That shows that you've got a touch of wear, just a little tiny touch of wear. Not much at all. There's a $36 bid now, looking for $38. How about a bid of 38? And there's a Woody there on the back too. Anybody really wants a 1917D Woody? There it is. 36, looking for a bid of 38. $38 now. How about a bid of 38? But a bid of 38. $38. How about a bid of $38 now? A bid of 38. 38. Got 36 going once, looking for a bid of 38. $38 now. A bid of 38. 36 now going twice. Look for a bid of 38. $38. How about a bid of 38? There's 38 now 40. 38 now 40. $40 bid now. Looking for a $40 bid. How about a $40 bid? A bid of 40. There's 40 now 42. Now 42. A bid of 42. $42. How about a bid of 42? 42. A bid of 42. There's 42 now 44. Got Brad at 42 now. Looking for a bid of 44. $44. How about a bid of 44? 44. A bid of 44. 42, looking for 44. There's 44 now 46. 44 now 46. $46. How about a bit of 46? 46. A bit of 46. We got 44, looking for a bit of 46. $46 now and a bit of 46. Need 46 now. How about a bit of 46? $46. Anybody bid of 46? $46. Anybody bid of 46? Got 44 going once, looking for a bit of 46. 46. Any bit of 46. Got a 44 twice now, looking for a bid of 46. $46. How about a bid of 46? No bids up, 46. Sold, 44. Matthew, thank you very much, sir. Moving on to the next coin. This one right here. 17S, you got a 17 plain, a 17D, now a 17S. And a 17S, we're going to start this one off at $6. It's an extremely fine coin. Going to start it at $6. $6 only. Yeah, you're like, what? Yeah, I can't call this above an extremely fine because of its wear, the little bit of wear that's on it, but it still has very nice detail. I got Matthew at $6. Shinbone try 6. Need a bid of 7. $7 now. How about a bid of 7? $7. Anybody $7? $7 bid. How about a $7 bid? Anybody bid of 7? There's Daniel McCumber at $8. $8 now, looking for 9. $9 bid. How about a $9 bid? There's Matthew at 9. $9 now, 10. Now 10, 10, 10. How about a $10 bid? $10 bid now. Anybody bid a $10 bid? Got Matthew at 9, looking for a $10 bid. $10 now. Anybody bid a $10? There's Dan at 10. Now 11. Now 11. Matthew back at 11. Now 12. $12. $12. Anybody bid a $12 bid? How about a $12 bid? $12 bid. Anybody bid a $12 bid? Now anybody bid a 12? I got 12. Dan back at 12. Now Matthew at 13. 13 now 14. Looks like Matthew's going to fight you to the tooth and nail for it. $13. Looking for a bid of 14. $14 now. How about a bid of 14? $14. Anybody bid of 14? I got Dan back at 14. Now 15. There's Matthew at 15. Now 16. $16. Anybody bid of 16? $16 now. How about a bid of 16? 16. Dan is out. He's tired of fighting. Matthew at 15. Anybody else? 16. Looking for a bid of 16. $16 now. How about a 16? Got 15 once. Looking for a bid of 16. $16 now. Anybody bid of 16? There's 17. Trip at 17 now. Looking for 18. 17 looking for an $18. There's Matthew at 18. Dan laughs. Matthew was given the Dan eat my dirt icon, and then Trip came up. Matthew back at 18 now, looking for 19. 19 now, anybody bid a 19? Looking for a $19 bid. How about a $19 bid? Anybody bid a 19? How about a $19 now? Anybody bid a 19? Obviously, Matthew needs this one for a set. Give me a 19. Anybody 19? There's Trip at 19 now, 20. $20, 20, even $20. How about a $20 bid? Anybody bid a $20 bid? Matthew is out. Stuck it with Trip. Trip at 19, looking for a $20 bid. Need a $20 bid. Now I did a bid of $20. How about a $20 bid? I got a Trip at 19, looking for a bid of $20. Going once now. Did a bid of 20. How about a $20 bid? Did a bid of 20. I got 20 going twice now. Did a bid of $20. How about a $20 bid? Did a bid of 20, and how about a bid of 20? $20. Anybody bid a 20? Last call, looking for a $20 bid. Sold to Trip at 19. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. Moving on to the next coin. Here is a 1919. This thing's got luster. This thing is beautiful. Isn't she pretty? Look at that. $65 start on this one. $65 start. Anybody bid a 65? 65. How about a 65? 65. Anybody bid a 65? Gem uncirculated. $65. How about a 65? There's Chuck at 65. 65 now 70. 70 now $70. $70 bid. How does $70 bid? Anybody bid a 70? 70 now. Anybody bid a $70 bid? Any $70 bid, now anybody bid a 70. A 65 looking for 70. Last call. And with a commanding voice, Chuck Patillo just steps in and says, I'll take that one. Sold to Chuck at 65. Looking for our next bidder on this one. This one is a 1919S. 1919S, and this one's Choice Unk. No wear on this. It's got a little bit of an issue in the field. That's about it, though. Look at that. Bright, brilliant, uncirculated. 1919S here. $90 start. Anybody 90? How about a $90 start? 90 now. Anybody bid a 90? How about that bid of $90? 90 now. Anybody bid a 90? How about a bid of $90? There's Tim at 90, now 95. 95, looking for 95, 95. Anybody bid a 95, 95? How about a bid of 95? Got 90, looking for a bid of 95. 95, 95, 95. Anybody bid a 95? 90 going once, looking for 95, 95. Anybody bid a 95, 95? How about a bid of 95? 90 twice now, looking for 95, $95. How about a bid of 95, 95? Anybody bid a 95? All right, Tim, this one's yours. $90. I appreciate it, sir. And thank you very much. Going up for the next one here, 1920S. 1920S. And this one's $25 to start. 25. How about only $25? There's 25 Shinbone at 25. Looking for a $26 bid. How about a 26? 26. Anybody bid a 26? Got Shinbone at 25, looking for 26, $26 bid. There's Matthew at 26. 26 now at 27. 27 next. There's Brad at 30. 30 now 32. 30 now 32. $32. How about a $32 bid? 32. A bit of 32. There's Shinbone at 32. Now 34. 32 now 34. $34. How about a bit of 34? 34. A bit of 34. There's 35. 35 now 37. There's 38 now 40. 38 to 40, $40 now. How about a $40 bid? 49 to bid of 40. There's 40 now, 42. 40 now, 42. $42. How about a bid of 42? $42. Any bit of 42. Looking for 42 now. Any bit of 42. 42. Any bit of 42. Got Shinbone at 40. Looking for a bit of 42. $42. How about a bit of 42? 40 going once. Looking for a bit of 42. 42 now. Any bit of 42. There's 42 now, 44. 42 now, a bit of 44. Anybody bid of 44? How about a bit of 44, 44? At 42 now, 44. $44. Anybody bid at 44? $44. How about a bid at 44? There's Shinbone at 44. Now 46. $46 now. Anybody bid at 46? $46. How about a bid at 46? I have 44. Looking for 46. $46. How about a bid at 46? 44 going once. Looking for 46. 46 now. Anybody bid at 46? I have 44 going twice now. Looking for a bid at 46. 46. Anybody bid at 46? Brad is out. Thank you. And I'll go with Shinbone, $44. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. Next one, 1922D. Very fine condition. These are usually very soft, just like this one is. 1922D, start this off at $14. 14 only, folks. Anybody bid at 14? How about a 14? 14. A 1922D. Anybody 14? $14. Get me started on this one. 14. Anybody bid at 14? There's Doug at 14. 14 now 16. Or 15. I'm sorry, 15. How about a $15 bid now? Anybody bid at 15? How about a bid at 15? There's Dan at 15. 15 now 16. 16 now. Anybody bid at 16? How about 16? Anybody bid at 16? $16. There's 16. 16 now 17. 17. Anybody bid at 17? 17. How about a bit of 17? There's 17 now 18. $18. How about a bit of 18? 18. 18. Anybody bit of 18? Looking for 18. $18 now. How about a bit of 18? $18 now. Anybody bit of 18? Got 17 going once. Looking for a bit of 18. $18 now. How about a bit of 18? That's 17 going twice now. Looking for a bit of 18 $18 now. How about a bit of 18 $18 now? A bit of 18. How about a bit of 18? Sold to Dan. 17. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. Let's check out the next coin. Next one I've got right here, 1923S. That one's not as AU as I thought it might have been. I got to start up here at 70. Let's start it at 50. Let's start it at $50. 50 start. Anybody start me at $50? $50. How about a bit of $50? $50. A bit of 50. How about 50? Anybody bid at 50? $50. That's the obverse. Let's check out the reverse. Oh, that's got lamination. So lamination up there on the upper left wheat. No 50. Well, we'll go back to my cost. Let's do $40. 40 now. A bit of 40. How about 40? Basically, I don't want anything to remain. If anybody needs a 23S, this is a good one to get. There's Brad at 40. 40 now, 42. 42, anybody bid at 42? 42. How about 42? Anybody bid at 42? 42. In AU, this would be an $81 coin. I don't know what it is in extremely fine, but that's what this one is. It was mismarked as AU. Let me check here. Get you a value. At extremely fine, got a $40 bid, looking for 45. Or 42, I'm sorry, 42, looking for a $42 bid. So I've been having trouble the last few days of getting Numis Media to come up. Keeps telling me the site can't be reached. And another time it'll pop up immediately. Looking for 42. Need a $42 bid. Going once down. A bit of 42. How about a bit of 42? 42. Can't get my price guide up. There we go. Now we'll find out. Cents. Lincoln's. This was a 23S. Yeah. It's about $40. We'll go ahead and call this one Brad at $40. Doesn't look like anybody else is going to bid any higher, so we're going to sell this one to Brad at $40. $40. Thank you, sir. Next up is a 1928D here. It's a 1928D. This one's even got a little bit of red left on it, just a tiny bit, though. Nice little AU coin. Going to start this off at $9. $9. Anybody bid a $9? $9 bid? Hello, Sand Digger. 9. Anybody bid a $9 bid? $9. How about a $9? $9 bid? Anybody bid a 9? $9 now. 1928D. A rather excessively nice looking coin for AU. There's Brad at 10. 10 now, looking for an 11. We got 10, looking for an $11 bid. $11 bid now. Anybody bid $11? How about $11 bid? Anybody bid $11 bid? There's 11. Dan McCumber at 11 now. 12. 12. Anybody bid a $12 bid now? Anybody bid a $12? 12. There's Brad back at 12. 12 now. 13. $13. How about a $13 bid? Anybody bid a $13? $13 now. Anybody bid a 13? Got 12. Looking for 13. $13. Anybody bid a 13? Got 12. Looking for 13. 13 going once. Or 12 going once now. Looking for 13. How about a bid of 13? $13. I got 12, looking for 13 going twice. Now, how about a $13 bid? $13 now, anybody bid a 13? Sold to Brad Anderson, $12. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you. Up next, 1929S. A 1929S, an extremely fine here. These aren't really easy to find. It seems 1929S is a little difficult. This one I'm starting at $5. $5 only. Anybody bid a $5 bid? $5. Nearly full detail here. $5 coin. Anybody bid a $5 bid? Anybody bid a $5 bid? How about a $5 bid? Anybody bid a 5? There's Dan at 5. Now 6. 5 now a $6 bid. $6. Anybody bid a $6 bid? Got Farm Dog at $6. Thank you, Farm Dog. Good evening, sir. $6 now, looking for 7. $7 bid. How about a $7 bid? 7 now. Anybody bid a 7? How about a $7? There's Dan back at 7 now, looking for $8 bid. $8 now. Anybody bid of $8? How about a bid of $8? $8 bid. At 7, looking for an $8 bid. How about an $8 bid now? Anybody bid of $8? 7 going once, looking for an $8 bid. $8 now. Anybody bid of $8? How about a bit of 8? $8 now. Anybody bid of 8? Farm Dog is out. Thank you very much, sir. Got 7 looking for an $8 going twice now. Anybody bid of $8? How about a bit of $8? $8 bid now. Anybody bid of 8? Sold to Mr. Dan, $7. Thank you, sir. Next up. Oh, yeah, isn't she pretty? Beautiful 1934D. Got this one starting at $11, folks. Only $11. Choice uncirculated. Starting here at $11. $11 now. Anybody bid $11? How about $11 bid? There's 11 now. 12. Now 12. Now 12. Now 12. Anybody bid a 12? $12 now. Anybody bid a $12 bid? There's 12 now. 13. $13. How about a $13 bid now? Anybody bid a 13? 13, looking for 13. $13. Anybody bid a 13? How about a bid of 13? $13 now. Anybody bid a 13? Got 12, looking for a bid of 13. $13 now. How about a 13? $13 bid now. Anybody bid a 13? At 12, going once, looking for a bid of 13. $13 now. How about a bid of 13? $13. Anybody bid a 13? Probably a $16 to $18 coin here at least. Need 13 now. Looking for 13. $13. How about a $13 bid? Anybody bid a 13? $13. I got 12 going once. Looking for 13. $13 now. Anybody bid a 13? Now 12 going twice. Looking for a bid of $13. 13 now. Anybody bid a 13? How about a 13? $13 bid? Anybody bid a 13? Last call. Looking for 13. Sold to Dan at $12. You got a hell of a deal there. That's a nice one. Here's a cute little coin right here. It is a proof-ish like quasi-uncirculated 1954 Canada dime. Starting us off at $10. 1954 Canada dime. I keep wanting to do a coin turn on it. And they do theirs like medals. So here it is. $10. Anybody bid a $10 bid? $10 now. Anybody bid a $10? Heck, there's almost that much silver in it now. Joking. I think there's probably like, I'm going to say close to $3 worth of silver in it. Nobody into silver tonight? That's fine. Pass it. Next up. Hang on a second here. Yeah, get that off of there. Yeah, our 51st state, that's right. Here we go, 1960, small date proof. Start me off at $40. 40 Carl at 40 now, 42. 40 now, 42. $42 bid. There's 42 now, 44. 44 now, a bit of 44. How about a bit of 44? $44. How about a bit of 44? There's Carl back at 45 now, 47. $47 now. How about a bit of 47? 47 now, a bit of 47. I got Shinbone back at 47 now, 49. $49 now. How about a bit of 49? Actually 50. I need 50. There's Carl at 50 now, 55. 55, looking for a $55 bid. 55, anybody bid a 55, 55. How about a bit of 55? 55 now, and a bit of 55. There's 55. Shinbone at 55 now, 60. $60. How about a $60 bid? 69, a bit of $60. There's 65. Carl at 65 now, 70. 65 now, 70. Anybody bid a $70 bid? How about a $70 bid? 70 now. Anybody bid a $70? How about a bid of $70 now? Anybody bid a 70? I got 65 once. Now looking for a $70 bid. 70 now. Anybody bid a 70? Doug, you need a large date, 1960? Get with me after the show. I'll toss one in your bag for $1. There's Shinbone at 70. $70 now, looking for a bit of 75. 75 now, anybody bid of 75, 75. All right, Doug, I'm going to write it down here. There'll be $1 added to your invoice. You did win some already tonight, didn't you? No, I guess not. You don't have an invoice. I'll just send it to you. Make it easier. Don't want to send an invoice for something that doesn't need an invoice. All right, you got 75 now, looking for an $80 bid. 80 now, anybody bid of $80. 89, anybody bid of 80? That's 75, looking for an $80 bid. 80 now, anybody bid of $80. $80 bid. 75 going twice now, looking for an $80 bid. 80 now, anybody bid of 80. How about a bit of 80? $80 now, anybody bid of 80? No more tongue twisters tonight. 75 sold to Carl. Thank you. Appreciate it, Carl. Up next, 1970 S small date. Got a little bit of a fingerprint on it, but it is a nice red coin. I've got this one marked down as a Choice MS, which is red-brown. So I've got this priced as red-brown. $25. 25 will get you started on this one. 25. 1970S small date. Everybody wants a small date, and they always pick out the large. Well, this one's definitely a small date. All right. Here's Tim at 25. Tim at 25, looking for $26. How about a $26 bid now? A bit of 26. Got Tim at 25, looking for a bit of 26. 26 now. A bit of 26. I'm buckled in, ready to go. 25, looking for a $26 bid. 26 now. A bit of 26. No bids at 26. Really? There's 27. 27 now, looking for 28. $28. Anybody bid at 28? $28 now. A bit of 28. You can see the 9. And you know, on these, actually, what you're looking for is you're looking for the 9, 7, and 0 to kind of have an equal top. Because on the large date, the 7 drops down, and it's not even with the 9 and 0. Tim is out now. Doug at 27, looking for 29, 29, 28. How about a $28 bid? Anybody bid at 28? Now we'll do it like this. Sold to Doug at 27. Everybody had a chance. Thank you, Doug. Next up, 1933D. You don't get to see these very often. Choice to gem, uncirculated. Nice, beautiful brown coin with a lot of luster. I'm going to start this off at $26. 26 now. A bit of 26. How about a bit of 26? 26. Wait, a bit of 26. 26. Anybody bid at 26? $26 now. A bit of 26. 1933D. It's the last issue of the early set, one of the tougher ones to get. You got Brad at 26, now looking for 27. 27 now. How about a $27 bid? Anybody bid at 27? 27. Need 27, looking for 27. How about a bit of 27? $27 now. A bit of 27. At 26, looking for 27. $27. How about a bit of 27? At 26 once, looking for a bid at 27. $27. How about a bid at 27? At 26 twice. Now looking for a bid at 27. 27. There's 27. Now 28. 27. Now 28. $28. Looking for 28. $28. Anybody bid at 28? At 27. Looking for 28. $28. How about a bid at $28? Anybody bid at 28? $28. Man, I want a cup of coffee real bad. I must be getting hooked to it. Looking for a bid at 28. There's Brad with $30. 30 now. 32. 30 now, 32. $32. Anybody bid at 32? $32. Anybody bid at 32? Looking for 32. How about a bid of 32? 32. Tim Weber is out. Looking for a bid of 32 now. Anybody bid at 32? 30 once. Going for a bid of 32. Anybody bid at 32? Well, send me a cup, Dan. At 30, looking for 32. Last call. Anybody bid looking for 32? $32 bid. How about a bid of 32? And then it goes poof. Sold. Brad Anderson, $30. Appreciate it, sir. Thank you, thank you. Look at this one. A 1910S RPM number 1. Folks, on a nice, clean coin. Nice, clean, very nice looking clean. Very fine coin here. What? You say you want to see it up close? Okay. We'll do that. We'll get it to you up close and personal. Oops, that's the wrong thing to be turning. I need to be turning this. Get it focused and push it where you can see that RPM. Look at that lower S curve right there dangling below the bottom of the mint mark. 1910S RPM number 1. I'm going to start this one off at $70. $70 now. Anybody bid at $70? 70. How about a bid of $70? 70. This is an FS501 cherry picker listed RPM. PCGS will recognize these. All the grading services will. Thank you, Dan. Looking for a $70 bid. 70 to get me started. Anybody bid a $70? $70 bid. All right, now you've seen the mint mark. Let's see if I can bring it in a little closer. There, how about that? Look at that right there. Oh my gosh. That's actually a tripled mint mark. S over S over S. Because you've got a, I don't know if we've got that listed as such. but we've got a lower split serif on the main mint mark there. Then we've got that secondary mint mark way down low. S over S over S. Looking for a $70 bid on this 79. A bit of $70. How about a bit of 70? It's only the third repunch mint mark for the Lincoln Cent series. Very early little guy. Looking for a $70 start. There's the whole coin again. I'll flip her over, let you look at the reverse again. Give you another few seconds to make a decision to get started on this one at $70, then I'll shut her off. 70, anybody bid of $70? How about a bit of 70? Nice earlier dice state example. That's right. We're still learning how to punch. There's only this, the third year of mint marks on copper in the United States. We had 1908, 1909, and 1910. No demint mark coins until 1911. All right, folks, I appreciate it. We're going to pass. Let me know if you have interest. I'm here. Next up, we got this huge coin. Well, this one, boys and girls, I'm not taking out of this holder. It's going to kind of sit like it is, but it is an 1878 CC. There's your CC down there. Half of it's kind of knocked out a little bit. But it is an 1878 CC Morgan dollar. Carson City, folks. Very historic. Carson City. Minted the silver from the Comstock lode, which was found in Virginia City, which wasn't very far from Carson City. Didn't want to carry all that gold across the mountains to California and have a chance it's going to get robbed off of you, so they just took it to Carson City and started minting silver in 1878. Actually, before that, 1875, I think. I'm not all that versed on silver. But if you need a 78cc silver dollar, this one is priced $50 below guide value for a 78cc. Thanks, Brad. Appreciate it, brother. 1878 cc, $175 coin for $120. 120 start. Anybody bid 120, 120, 120. Anybody bid 120? How about that? 120, 120. Anybody bid 120? How about a bid 120, 120 now? Anybody bid 120? No 120. We're going to pass on this one too. 1878 cc, $120. All right, we'll pass. Thank you, thank you. Back to my main light here. Hang on just a second. Let's get this going. There we go. All right, so I want to show you these. This is the branches of the military. United States Army. There's the Navy. Army, Navy, Semper Fi, Marine Corps. Here is the Coasties. And then the best one of all, the United States Air Force. So we've got the 5 branches of service on 2023 Denver Kennedy $50. Starting this at $5, it's $1 a holder. Only twice of face value to get you something that really stands out as a military honor. Say thanks to a vet by buying the vets. $5 start. Anybody bid a $5? $5. Anybody bid a 5? How about a bid of 5? $5 now. Anybody bid a 5? There's Doug at 6. Doug at 6 now. 7. How about a $7 bid? Anybody bid a $7 bid? I bet these things sold for probably $3 or $4 a piece. That'd be $20 for the set. Carl back at 7 now. 7 now, looking for a bid of 8. How about a bit of $8? $8 now. How about a bit of $8? How about a bit of $8? $8 now. How about a bit of 8? 7 looking for an $8 bid. Got 7 going once. Looking for an $8 bid. $8 now. How about a bit of $8? How about a bit of $8? $8 bid. There's Doug. $8. 8 now. Looking for a bit of 9. $9. 9 now. And a bit of 9. There's Roy at $9. Now 10. I got 9, looking for $10, $10 bid. Roy has the $9 bid, looking for $10, $10 now. A bit of $10, how about a $10 bid? Got Roy at $9, looking for a $10 bid. There's Carl at 10, 10 now, 11. 10 now, $11, $11 bid. A bit of $11, how about a bit of $11 bid? All right, there's Doug at 12. Doug at 12 now, looking for 13, 13. How about a $13 bid? There's 13 now, 14. Got Carl at 13 now, 14, $14. How about a bit of 14, $14? Anybody $14 now, and a bit of 14. Got Carl at 13, looking for a bit of 14, $14 now, and a bit of 14. 13 once, looking for a bit of 14. $14. How about a bit of 14? Anybody a bit of 14? It's kind of cool. I got one of these like really printed and packaged products up here with a scroll going across the bottom of the screen. It looks like a TV, a coin TV or something like that. It's kind of cool. Doug at 14, looking for 15. Here's Carl at 15. 15 now, 16. $16. How about a bit of 16? 16. Looking for 16 now, and a bit of 16. I need to oil my squeaky chair, don't I? 15 now, looking for a bit of 16. $16. How about a bit of 16? 16. 15 going once, looking for a bit of $16 now, and a bit of 16. How about a bit of 16? I got 15 going twice now, looking for a bit of $16. How about a bit of $16 now, and a bit of 16? Doug says he's out. Thank you, Doug. And we will go ahead and sell this one to Carl at 15. Thank you, Carl. Much appreciated, sir. Thank you very much. And here we go. Next up, we have a mint packaged set of the 5 proof quarters for 2010. This is the first year of the National Parks design. I'm going to start this off at $10. Oh, those go for 7 apiece in Littleton? Wow. Oh, your father served in the Army Air Force. My grandfather did. My grandfather was a tech sergeant in the Army Air Force. I think it was still called the Army Air Corps then. He joined in 1943, and he went until 42 until 45. So we got $10 National Parks quarters proof set. 5 times the proof. There's your coins. I got Roy at $10. Roy at 10, now looking for an $11 bid. $11 bid now, but $11. How about $11 bid? 11 now. There's Hot Springs, Yellowstone, Yosemite, Grand Canyon, and Mount Hood. Mount Hood in Oregon. Looking for an 11. Anybody bid $11? Got 10. Looking for an 11. Anybody bid 11? I probably could have done that better if I'd just done this. All right. Sold to Roy at $10. I appreciate that, sir. Moving on to 2011. 2011, second set for the National Parks quarter, starting this one at $10. $2 a coin, $10 here. It's the 2011 National Parks proof quarter set. We've got Gettysburg. We've got, what is that one? Olympic. It's the Olympic National Park. And then we have, what's that one in the middle? Glacier National Park. Then we've got Vicksburg. And then we've got, what's that one on the bottom? Chickasaw. Chickasaw National Forest. Doug at $10. 10 now, looking for an $11 bid. $11 bid, anybody bid 11. How about $11 bid? Now, $11. How about $11? $11 bid. I got a 10, looking for an $11 bid, going once now. $11. How about 11 now? $11 bid. Got twice now, 10, looking for an $11 bid. Anybody $11? Sold at 10. Here's what I'll do. I have 3 left. I'm putting them up at $10 a piece. I've got this one. This one is 2014. Give me a $10 bin, and you've got it. It's yours. No bidding. $10 bin, just give me a bin. Give me a bin. Give me a bin. Farm Dog takes it. 2014. Farm Dog gets it at $10. Here's 2016. 2016. This one we've got the... I don't remember. That's Shawnee, I think it's called. And Harper's Ferry. And I'm not sure what this other one is here. Cumberland Gap. Perry. Is that Perry? No. I don't know what these are. I can't remember. And I can't read them. Let's see. Theodore Roosevelt. And then Fort Moultrie. Fort Moultrie. Fort Moultrie is in... is it Georgia? No. South Carolina. Doug Rezak says he'll take it. Thank you, Doug. Doug got that one. Moving on to 2017. Be the first. 2017 now. Bennett, $10. What do we have here? We've got... I'm trying to read these. Effigy Mountains. Ozark Riverways. Frederick Douglass. And we've got Ellis Island and George Rogers Clark. 2017 is all your statehood or all your national parks quarters proofs. These are clad proofs from 2017. $10. Just give me a bin. I'll have a minute to talk, Joe. I'll be all right. Just send me a message. Anybody $10 on this one? 2017. Basically, this is $2 below. There's Doug. Doug will take it. This is $2 below the dealer wholesale bid price. I'm just wanting to get them out of my house. Discord will work fine. I'll go over to the Coppercoins voice and we'll talk over there. All right, folks, what do I have next? I have anything? Nope, that's it. That's all I've got. I appreciate it. Anybody wants to get that 54 Canadian silver dime, the 1910 RPM number 1 at $70, the 1878 CC Morgan dollar in fine condition at $120. I've got those remaining. We will be having a waffles and syrup coming up on Friday night. Friday night, we'll do a waffles and syrup, and trust me, you're not going to want to miss it. We're going to have some really great winners. I appreciate it. You guys have a great night, and I will talk to you next time. Be good.